screwing around and start!
Hey, it's Vio. So today we're going to be doing the Archtype breakdown number 2 for Madolches. This was requested. It was something fun I really wanted to do, but I didn't really know if people wanted to see the video, so I never really made it. So here it is. This video is going to be broken down into 2 sections. The first section being I'm going to actually talk about the literal effects from the cards, like the actual what the cards are in the story that Yu-Gi-Oh! Assigns them. And the second part is going to be a short mini part where I'm going to say the little story that I kind of created, because I participated in several little writing classes and such of the sort, in which I had a lot of fun creating a story for the characters. So it'll be very similar to the original story, as to in the writing class I put the characters together in a way that it would work, and I'm just going to be doing a brief explanation of that story for the second part. But the main part is going to be where I explain what the cards are, what their effects are, and how they work together with the thing. I'm going to be including a new Madolche XYZ. Personally, I think it's great for the deck. I find it really fun. If you guys want a video on it, I'll do it. Just make sure to comment below that you want the video. And without further ado, we'll start. Alright, so in order to make this video, I'm going to put the card arts over here, the card that I'm talking about at the time, so that way you can see what the card I'm talking about is. So in order to understand the overall arc theme of Madolches, you have to remember they are nothing more than stuffed animals. As you can tell from the different markings, such as on the ear of the dog, or on different outfits or parts of the other characters and the animals, you learn that they are stuffed animals, such as in the card Madolche Nights, referring to night as in not day, when the kid is sleeping, or whoever it is that is playing with these, such as the show Winnie the Pooh. Christopher Robin would play with his stuffed animals and animate them with his imagination. So what are these stuffed animals doing is they are preparing for a party, and everything about this archetype is built around this party. So what is the party for? Is it just everyone's trying to have a good time? No. I honestly believe this party is for none other than the Madolche Puddingcess's 18th birthday. And the way I can be certain about the 18th birthday is everything about the deck focuses about keeping cards out of the graveyard. And if these situations are met, different cards activate. So what does the Puddingcess do? Is when all things are ready for the birthday, everything is out of the graveyard, everything is set up, her attack goes from 1000 to 18. And that attack boost shows that she is maturing into an adult, or maturing into however she is supposed to be. So the Madolche cards are all focused around this graveyard clean, or having the graveyard clean, or getting the graveyard clean. So when we think about the cards, we have different cards such as the Madolche Lesson. Madolche Lesson is Madolche Puddingcess needs to be educated, and she needs to be ready for this if she's going to go into becoming an adult. She needs to be able to act prim and proper for the party and do everything of the sort. So she studies, but as you can tell from the card art, she is not enjoying it, and she does not enjoy it at all. So in order to take a break, she does the Madolche tea break. She takes a break, and during this break she's relaxing with the Butleresque, who is one of the people of the two that take care of her. She has the Butleresque and the Marmalade. These two cards help her a lot. So the Butleresque is there to help her get the place ready, help her when she needs to be studying and get more educated, as well as the Marmalade is there to clean up after everything. Once things go to the graveyard, her job is to clean it up and bring it out and give it back to her to be able to keep things ready, such as when she's flipped up or when she's called upon, she adds the spell or trap card from the grave back to your hand, so you can either use it again so she can make it to more lessons or just more recurring themes. So during this tea break, you notice the Madolche has shown up, and the Madolche shows up to say hi to her friend, the Puddingcess, and she finds out about this party, and her job then becomes to invite a bunch of people. Now, she's not inviting everybody who's supposed to come. Originally, if it's a royal wedding or a royal birthday, they are only going to be inviting the people that they need, or the princes, or the chevalier, or the knights, different characters that deserve to be there. And Madolche finds out about this party and decides that she's going to instead invite everyone she knows. Hence why she's got the recruiting effect of when she's summoned, she's going to bring more people to this party and just have a great time. So we have that going for him next. Some of the other traps are the Madolche Palooza, and that is the actual party. So everything else is ready for this party. That's why there are so many different characters showing up on the Palooza. Now we have cards like the Chateau. The Chateau is the castle itself, and the Butleresque, He is there getting the castle ready and preparing the princess for this party. As well as by using the field spell, you can clean up the garbage. So he is potentially helping clean. Such as when there's cards in the graveyard that are not monsters, the Madolche Marble Maid will help get the other one back. So these two cards help keep the graveyard clean. And the next card is the Madolche ticket. Now on the ticket there are two people that are shown. The Madolche Queen Tiramisu, which is literally just the mother of Puddingcess. You can't use the Puddingcess to make the mom, so she is a level 5. That is the main argument behind this, is the Puddingcess can't be used in any way to get to the mother, but the mother can be used to get to the Puddingcess because she can use the ticket. And she gives the ticket to the Messengelato. Madolche Messengelato says if there's a beast on the field, he can add another ticket. So the Messengelato is there to be giving people invitations, such as he's going, if there's an animal there, he goes to the animal and he gives them a ticket. Such as, there's a beast on the field and I special Messengelato, I am giving them a ticket to come to the party. So that is the main thing behind the Messengelato. So Messengelato ties into the match as he's inviting the people that the princess or the queen want to go, and you have Madolche going inviting who she wants. So we are left with just some random characters now. So we have the animals. There's the sheep. The sheep is there as just an animal that relaxes, just kind of takes its time. It is friends with the piocolet, which is the bird. It is kind of, these two guys work together, they're friends, and they're just level 3 beast type monsters. The other ones, Hootcake. This card is the wise old owl. He's got his glasses if you look at them, and he is the card that brings people to the party by helping out. So in the original Winnie the Pooh, the owl was one of the smarter ones. He had the glasses just like this guy does, and he was the reader and stuff. Well, here, the owl is used to bring more people to the party or get people ready for the party, as well as he keeps the graveyard clean. He helps keep people in line and checked, so that way they don't have any kind of issue or any kind of overall problems. We have the Mewfuel, who is just this really fun, loving, adorable cat that just kind of enjoys going to places, and people want to be with this cat. So his effect is you can summon a special summon of another Madolche. Then we have the Croissant, and the Croissant says you can bounce a card back to your hand. I believe the Croissant is explicitly having that effect because of Madolche Mewfuel. If you summon the cat and you summon a dog, the dog is going to scare the cat back to your hand where it's safe. So the dog's effect is there to complement with the cat's to pull itself back. Now that is most of the monsters. There are a few that I have not said yet, and the first one is Chauvier. Chauvier is a knight. He is the guy on the horseman. He who can't attack anyone else because he is this brave knight. He is protecting everybody. He is just your perfect knight in shining armor. He is the one that's supposed to be with the princess, and that is the logic behind it, is the knight goes with the princess. So, in theory, the Chauvier is supposed to go with this princess. Now, I do not believe that's how it ends up working, and that'll be explained in the second half of the video, but if you look at the card Madolche Waltz, you will see my reasoning is, as they are still kind of friends, and I will acknowledge this, you can tell that Puddingcess is just trying to enjoy herself and have fun, while the Chauvier is trying to keep things prim and proper, but as you see in the picture, he's getting his foot stepped on because she's just having a great time. So I feel the relationship between these two is going to be stuck as kind of a friendship kind of thing, never being able to move past it. Now the last card is the Madolche Angeli. Now the best way to describe the Angeli is in terms of, in Disney movies and such of the sort, there is always like the fairy godmother that grants the wishes of different people, and there's always that kind of silly thing. Now what the Angeli kind of does in this situation is she is just helping the Puddingcess get the person she wants at the party. And I am going to say, I believe the Puddingcess has somebody she wants explicitly coming to the party, and the Angeli will grant her wish and bring that person to the party for herself by giving herself as the sacrifice, or just, you know, using herself. And that's what something the Hootcake can do, sorry. Hootcake can, after the angel is gone, Hootcake can rid the angel of the graveyard, or put the angel back out of the place to keep the party in check and keep the party ready. He helps clean up after the messes of other characters and other cards. That is every one of the monsters in the main deck. And the Queen. So Madolche Queen is there just to kind of clean up after the party. You use her with the other level 4s to make her, so she is summoned upon by the other cards to help keep the party clean in case if it gets crazy or over rambunctious. She can take the cards in the graveyard and shuffle them back into the deck, and because she has the authority, if you are in her castle, she can bring them back to the hand instead. So overall, those are all the monsters besides the new one. Now what is the new one? The new one is saying, after you've completed this party, you are left over with some cards. You are now able to use these cards to make several different cards. This is, I will read her name, Madolche Puddingcess Choco a la Mode. So, Choco a la Mode. That is a play on the fact that it's a dessert, a more fancier dessert, and the other one that's a fancy dessert is the tiramisu. So, she has become what she needs to be. That's why she's the XYZ. That's why it still says Madolche Puddingcess, as she is still her princess self, but she is her upgraded self, or how she was supposed to be after finishing the party. So this party matured her into her adult form. She gets in a bonus effect if you summon her with the Puddingcess, as you're supposed to, and this card shows what is the result after the party. So everything in the deck, everything ties back to getting this party ready, keeping everything in line, keeping everything checked, everything where it needs to be, such as the different searching and different things for this party in general. Those are all the main cards. That is the story behind it. That is the official Konami story, I'm believing, because of how they word the cards, how the effects work, and everything together. Now, the little mini story that I've developed from these cards is a little different. So, as I was kind of hinting at with what I was saying earlier, there is the Madolche Puddingcess, and she is getting ready for this party. She is being trained by the Butlerusk, and the maid's keeping things clean, as I was saying, but the Puddingcess doesn't like this. She wants to have some fun with her friends. Her friends are the Chauvier and the Messengelato. The Messengelato and the Chauvier are about her age. If you look at their cards, they look about the same, and they just have a great time, and so they formed a club. The club was the MX Saber, or the MX Invoker Club, because they want to invoke happiness into this world, or bring happiness to this world. So, this card, Invoker, lets you summon level 4 warriors, which is the Chauvier and the Messengelato, and Puddingcess is a part of this club because she wants these people to be able to come to her party. She wants these people to be ready, and she wants to bring happiness to this world. Each of them has their own favorite animal. The Puddingcess might like the kitty, the Messengelato might like the dog, and the Chauvier might like his owl. It's all up for speculation there, and the sheep could just be for the other characters, any of the other ones, like maybe Madolche likes her sheep or something. It's very interesting as you see the sheep when Madoline's in the card on the field spell, so who knows there. Now, overall, there's a little love triangle thing going on, and what I believe is the story of the Chauvier likes the Puddingcess because he is the prince and he believes he can be with the princess and he loves her. At the same time, I feel the princess wants to be with Messengelato, and I say this because Angeli is a card, and Angeli says she can grant the wish to bring anybody to the party that was not already there. Just because the messenger is delivering the tickets or delivering the invitations does not mean that he himself is invited to the party. And Puddingcess knows that. She knows that the Chauvier is going to be able to go to this party, and she wants the Messengelato. I believe Angeli is there to bring the Messengelato to the party for her, so she can enjoy the party with the one she wants to be with. That is the little mini subplot I kind of have come up with from this thing. Everything about the deck is built to go in plus. When you play the deck itself, everything you do adds cards to your hand, adds different cards to your hand, puts cards back in your deck, and keeps your graveyard empty. That's why how I've always played Madolches, and when I try to do stuff like add in hands, I end up losing a lot for no reason. It's really weird. So I took the literal original cards and tried to put together this story. I enjoy this deck. I have a lot of fun with it. Make sure you guys comment below what decks you want me to do next time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, have a wonderful day. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and make sure to comment down below. If you want to watch our other channels, click the jellyfish to watch Blue play games such as Binding of Isaac Rebirth, or click the butterfly to view our new channel where I will talk about random anime, gaming, or silly top 10 topics. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a wonderful day. Yeah.